This is tutorial number 113, and it covers how to use the chamfer sketch feature within SOLIDWORKS. Now to start off, let's open up a new part file. Let's click File, click New, click Part, click OK. So in this tutorial, we're going to cover how to use the chamfer sketch feature and why we would want to use the chamfer sketch rather than using it in the solid. By adjusting the sketch, we're able to adjust more parameters in the sketch while we're in the sketch rather than doing a chamfer on a solid and then going back and making some other adjustments to it. So if we do it all in the sketch, we're able to save ourselves either a couple steps in creating the one part, or we're able just to manipulate the part a lot better. So to start off, let's create a rectangle. So click Rectangle, click Front Plane, and let's just make a rectangle, square, whatever you want it to be. And now let's add a chamfer. So let's click Tools, click Sketch Tools, click Chamfer. And to do this, you have to click two sides, and then it's going to make the chamfer in between. So let's click this point and this point here, and then you're able to see it. Now, click OK. Now if we do another one, you can either choose an angle distance or a distance, and what the difference between those two is that the distance, if you look here, it's going to run 40 there, so you're able just like to play with the triangle and just make it whatever you want. With the angle distance, it's going to be 10 on a 45, and if we did a 40 on a 45, it would be exactly that. So let's just do that. I'll show you, and we'll do it on this side here, and it's the exact same one. Now let's undo that, and let's change the angle to 75, and we'll put this down to 20. Let's change the angle then. We'll put it to 45. And you can see it right there. Now let's undo it. Let's raise it up to 60. And you can see the difference. So that's what's going on with that. Let's click OK. Now, why we would want to do this, like I was saying before, rather than going through creating like the solid, square, rectangle, whatever it was, and then making the chamfers, would be if, say, we want to dimension certain points. So say we want, say, either like these points here, we can dimension them, or say we want this point to this point to be a certain distance. Say we want it to be 50. So now we got it to 50. But if we just did the chamfers alone, it would be a lot harder to really manipulate those chamfers to make those 2 points 50 millimeters apart from each other. So by doing it all in the sketch, you're able to manipulate everything a lot easier, and you're able to see what's going on, and just it gives you a lot more options how to change and play around with the dimensions and options and what your part's going to look like by the end. So that concludes our tutorial on how to use the chamfer sketch feature within SOLIDWORKS.